Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and before we get going, reminder, you can join the private group. We're going to talk about what's going on in the markets and all that in the private group, in addition, a little further than we will in the main video. You can also click my description box down here, join it through the Patreon, daixrp.com, or just click the link to join the YouTube one, or you can click join there. So let's get it. I wanted to first, so XRP I bought the dip twice on this one. So I bought it yesterday at some point, and then I woke up this morning and I saw that it had come down further, and so I bought more. And luckily I was positioned this time. But I'm going to give you a lot of perspective in this video. I've been here since 2013, so this ain't my first rodeo. I've seen several of these pullbacks, not just in bull run. These kind of pullbacks aren't depressing to me. The ones that are depressing is when you're in a bear market and you're having these massive pullbacks. That's the ones that are really scary. I remember one I remember a pullback back in, I think it was the 2018-19 period, where the entire crypto market went down to like $100 billion. And that was at a moment when there was no regulatory clarity in front of us. It was all, is this market going to live or die? Are they going to kill this thing completely? That's where we were. This is nothing compared to that in the scheme of things. But this is what set it off. I want to make sure we understand. This is the second time we've had a pullback based on Trump talking about tariffs, because it's a new thing. It's a new thing. It's like uncharted territory, and it's making all markets nervous.
We're on time with the tariffs, and it seems like that's moving along very rapidly. We've been mistreated very badly by many countries, not just Canada and Mexico. We've been taken advantage of. We were led by, in some cases, fools, because anybody that would sign documents like they signed.
All right, I don't have to play the whole thing, but you get the point. I believe that on the front end, there's going to be a little, some nerves on the tariff thing, but that's not where I think this is going. I think it ends up as not just a positive, but it's going to end up as one of the greatest things financially that's ever happened to this country, because I think the road they're walking down is put the tariffs. I mean, what he's doing is he's trying to get the income part of things on what the money the IRS brings in, solve the income part of things. First with tariffs, I would guess there may be tariffs and maybe, I don't know, a sales tax, like a flat sales tax or something like that. But I believe what they're doing is they're sending in Doge to find out how much of the bull crap that we can cut. They're taking care, then they're focused with tariffs on the income side. So with the goal being down the road to either get rid of capital gains tax or get rid of the IRS altogether. I think that's where this road is leading. So in the end, in other words, this is small term stuff just from that perspective. Eric Trump came out, and hell, if you want any reason, if anybody needs any reason to buy dips, this is the one I would look at. These guys know where all this is going. Buy the dips is what Eric Trump said. Now, I bought it twice, like I said, and I'm so ready. If I need to buy another one, I'm sitting here ready. And like I've told you before, when and I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just telling you what I do. Like I've told you before, when we go through these things, I'm doing one of two things. I'm either buying the dips if I was positioned to do so, or I just don't look at it. I go watch a movie. In fact, last night I watched a movie called Elevation. Great movie. It's on HBO Max right now. I watched Elevation. It was written by the same people that wrote A Quiet Place, or produced, or whatever. And it was about these monsters that come up from out of the ground, and if you're not above 8,000 feet in elevation, they can come and kill you. It's a pretty cool movie. But so in that case, I watched them. I went away, but I also would look at my phone every once in a while and say, okay, this thing looks like it's going to go a little lower, and then I bought the dip. So modern investor gets it. I can't stop buying. It's so hard to see prices and not load up on stuff, especially the tax-free made in America crypto and things getting in ETFs in a few weeks. Then he said this: most of retail has been all but squeezed out of the market and have lost all interest in crypto, all while whales have been on a nonstop purchasing spree for the last 2 months. In a repeat of other cycles, it's going to be very interesting when Bitcoin goes above 109,000 again. Now, if you want to hear anything so that you get it today, this is the thing to listen to. Greg Kidd, for those of you that don't know, he was one of the original people at Ripple. He calls himself the Forrest Gump of investing. He just happens to show up when Twitter's being founded. And he later said that he dispatched Jack Dorsey to create Twitter. He just happens to show up when in the early rounds of Coinbase funding. He just happens to be everywhere, Square, all kinds of things. This guy is one of those guys that understands the markets. Hold on, I gotta take a break. Sorry, got a phone call, had to take that one. All right, watch this and you'll understand.
I don't want to be in a Tony Soprano kind of situation anymore where it feels like a shakedown world. And having been, on the wrong side of the shakedown when I was at Ripple, to, being an investor in Coinbase, to like having my application never being acknowledged as even.
By the way, while you're watching this, Tony from Thinking Crypto released this, I think, yesterday. And so what he's about to say, he said before the crash that happened in the last 24 hours.
And being filed, I'm ready just to roll up my sleeves and get to work. And I really like the space. And I feel like we're finally at a time where what's going to happen in the marketplace is going to be determined by like who executes, as opposed to like who's the best at threading the regulatory needle. And look, I've been pretty good at threading that regulatory needle, but I don't think that should be the highest. that shouldn't be what determines success in this. There's a lot of other people that are really good at building products and operating, value add for customers and businesses and stuff. And it's sort of sad that, you have to be like, an insider to even get a seat at the table to play in this game. Well, the boom is already on. The boom is definitely on right here. I was at it for 2018. It was again 2021. I'm sure there'll be another bust. There'll be a big shakeout. Like there's a gazillion people that are working on like stablecoin integration. We're putting a couple of bets in on that. But it's like any gold rush. It's going to overshoot and come back. The question is, is that going to come back later this year? Is it next year? But, we're in it for the long haul. And so we try not to get buffeted by these up and down cycles. But it is party on right now. People are really, really psyched and are integrating stablecoin solutions.
When he says people, he means the money people, the builders, the people that are behind the scenes that know where this is going, the bigger picture.
Tokenized solutions at a breathtaking pace.
All right. And then we got this. I wanted to show you this. This is the things I'm focused on when I see these pullbacks, and it's the reason I'm buying these pullbacks. This is the road ahead. And I'm not going to go through all these, but I'm going to if you just pick a few. Paul Atkins' SEC chair could freeze or settle Ripple's lawsuit, or it could happen before he even gets in, folks. That's just one. Stablecoin daily settlement volumes could reach 300 billion by December 2025. The removal of the SOB 21 rules that happened could allow banks to custody crypto. I'm just hitting a few of these. Analysts predict XRP could hit $3.99 to $15 by December, fueled by ETF approvals, market momentum. I think you're going to get that Ripple case gone, and then all of a sudden you're going to see these ETFs, and you might very well see a BlackRock XRP ETF announced. I mean, I'm not going to cuss, but the things in front of us are unbelievable. Okay, that's just let me pick one more. Institutional altcoin funds could surge post-legislation. With XRP a top beneficiary due to its utility. I mean, this is a no-brainer of no-brainers. Now, I said here, you don't have bull runs without major pullbacks. I've seen much worse than this, and there are so many more positive things ahead of us now. We have that laundry list of imminent positive things that we have ahead of us now. We never had in any of the pullbacks I've been through. These are just some of them. 2011, I wasn't there at that time, but there was a 93% drop. 2013, there was I was there for that one, 75% drop. I think that was the Mt. Gox. Yeah, Mt. Gox created that one. And that was because that was when there was a lot less liquidity than there is now. And so the pullbacks, in my opinion, are less severe now than they were because of how big the market. And I think that'll happen more and more over time. But the fact that you have even a 25% plus shows you how we're still so early. 2017, it dropped 39%. 2017 bull market in September, it had two pullbacks. There was a 39 and then a 40. That was when XRP did 60,000%. 2021, a 53% drop. And then here's Greg Kidd again. This was from Riz XRP. This is from Thinking Crypto again about an XRP ETF.
Do you think we're going to get more altcoin ETFs, XRP, Solana? Some of these ETFs filings have been piling up. We got Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, hoping that we get staking as well.
I have no idea why there would not be, a Solana ETF or a XRP ETF. I mean, it at some point, you're pretty far down the map, but absolutely, right?
Mm. Yes, absolutely. And then here's this South Dakota, the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve bills that are in all these states. Everybody's rejecting it. And I'll bet you it's going to be even harder for them to get one in these states with the pullback because I think these states have to have more conservative investments. If they're going to, maybe they'll do it. Maybe some of them will do it, but I think it'll be like that 1 to 5%, probably closer to 1 of their portfolio until this industry matures a little bit. And then you got this kind of talk that's going on. I mean, the positive things ahead of us are crazy.
We need to bring down the income tax, eventually down to 0, because you deserve to keep.
Do you know what would happen in the United States economically? Do you know what the boom would look like if they even do a portion of this?
What you earn. It is your money, not the government's. We need to bring down property taxes in this state immediately, eventually down to 0. If you own land, it should not feel like it's a lease from the government, and yet so many Ohioans are paying as much in property taxes as they are on principal repayments on their mortgage. That is wrong, it is un-American, and it will end one way or another on my watch as your next government.
In property tax, folks, do you know what that would do? So you've got a potential of them trying to end, I mean, the Holy Grail would be in the IRS, but then you've got them talking about possibly ending property taxes, crypto taxes. I don't think they could, I think it would be tough if they tried to end crypto taxes without and still have capital gains in the stock market. That wouldn't be good. So they got to figure out some type of a bridge, no pun intended. Okay. We're going to go in DAIXRP.com and we're going to talk more about this market and what I'm staring at an iTrustCapital commercial on CNBC as I'm talking, by the way. That's one of my favorite sponsors ever. I mean, that's a great company. There's a link to that in the description where you can get $100 for opening an account, by the way. Sorry, I am congested here. So anyway, we're going to go into DAIXRP. You can join by clicking below this video. You can join through YouTube. Click the join button or go in the description. You can go to DAIXRP.com to join through the Patreon. You've just got a menu of choices. It's all extended content with no commercials. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. In DAIXRP.com, we're going to talk about the big picture of things and where we're going and what it looks like for crypto. Strap in, lock in.